Chisari.
Can you hear me all right?
Check, check, 1, 2.
Check, check. Cool.
A good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Melching Field on the campus of Stetson University in DeLand, Florida, for a modified doubleheader of Florida Collegiate Summer League action as the DeLand Suns and the Winter Garden Squeeze will play a continuation game here in the first game of this doubleheader. Then we'll play a full 7-inning contest. A reset of where we stand. We're in the top of the fourth inning. The Suns lead it 3-0. Ethan Richards started the game for the Suns. Nathan Palmer through the beginning of this inning. And now it is the return of Nick Chisari, last season's FCSL All-League selection and All-Star last year. The winner of Game 2 of the FCSL semifinals will make his DeLand Suns debut, and his first pitch fouled back to the screen by Bryce Jackson. As we are underway once again after a month-long or so break, as Logan Whaley, the voice of Winter Garden Squeeze, joins me here in the booth, and Winter Garden with a runner on first here in the top of the fourth inning, and they get their first look at Nick Chisari. The 0-1 pitch from Chisari, high and outside for a ball, and the count runs even. It's aces wild, a ball, a strike, and an out.
And Coach Terry Abbott's made a few changes in the starting lineup for the Squeeze. So this is the new DH Bryce Jackson. It was Marquise Tavares. Jackson comes in to replace him, looking to get something started here in the top of the fourth.
Next pitch from Chisari, misses high and inside for a ball, and the count on Bryce Jackson moves to 2 balls and a strike.
And other changes, Anthony Dorak enters the game at second base. Bobby Head will enter the game and play left field. Edgar Cruz will shift over to center.
Chisari comes set, deals the 2-1 pitch, swing and foul back again by Jackson. Count 2-2. To reset where the lineup is, Bryce Jackson is DHing, he's the plate. We'll essentially treat him as the leadoff hitter. Cale Jones is catching, Edgar Cruz is playing center field, Dalton Sheffield playing short, Anthony Dorak playing second, Bobby Head playing left, Wesley Faison playing first, Ethan Brandt playing first, Danny Fox playing third, he stands on first. Chisari's 2-2 pitch is outside for a ball, and the count has filled up here to Bryce Jackson 3-2. Before this game went into a delay, back-to-back walks had been administered, but Rodrigo Montenegro, or I should say Christian Pregent, had thrown out Ethan Brandt for the first out of the inning. Chisari's 3-2 pitch is bounced up the middle, a base hit, and Winter Garden will bring the tying run to the plate here in the fourth inning as Bryce Jackson singles off of Nick Chisari. There's runners on first and second with 1 out in the inning for Cale Jones.
Yeah, and again, that was a good piece of hitting there by Jackson on a 2-strike offering. Hit it right back up the middle. Jackson's been on a roll as of late. Hit a 2-run homer in last night's game. Will be participating in the Home Run Derby coming up this Saturday.
Two players from each team will be in the Derby. Chisari's first pitch of the at-bat, high for a ball. Elevates the fastball at 87 miles an hour. 1 ball, no strikes on the Winter Garden catcher, Cale Jones.
Defensive alignment still the same for the Suns as it was 3 weeks ago when they first played.
Mark Townsend in left, Tim Dixon in right. Pitch low and inside for a ball. Tim Dixon in center, Alan Alonso in right, Garrett Wallace at third, Hunter Fornari at short, Joe McNamara at second, Joe Burke at first, and Christian Pregent doing the catching for Nick Chisari. Chisari coming off injury, pitched just sparingly at Stetson this year after an excellent summer for the Suns last year. He paints the inside corner 89 miles an hour from Chisari, and the count moves to 2-1.
Again, that was a good pitch there on 2-0. Jones, even if he did make contact with that, wouldn't have been able to do much.
2 balls and a strike. Chisari comes set from the belt and deals the 2-1 pitch. It's a bouncing ball towards the shortstop. Taken onto the second baseman in time. Throw to first in time, and the inning is over. Fornari to McNamara to Jones. And Nick Chisari starts his first appearance of the season for the Suns with a 6-4-3 double play and a scoreless inning. So after what felt like a month, because it was about a month, we go to the bottom of the fourth inning with your score. It's the Winter Garden Squeeze trailing the DeLand Suns 3-0. The bottom of the fourth inning begins with Christian Pregent at the plate for the DeLand Suns. The first pitch he sees is fouled off down the right side. Count starts no balls and a strike on Pregent. Before this game went into a delay, he grounded out to the shortstop back in the second inning. The 0-1 delivery comes high and tight to Pregent. He ducks out of the way and the count is 1-1. As Logan tell us about who will stay on the mound here for the Winter Garden Squeeze.
It'll be Justin Driscoll, the righty from Rollins. This will be appearance number 5 for him on the bump this season, a 1-1 record. Just looking to have himself a good outing here. As that breaking ball catches a strike zone. Actually didn't, 2-1.
Breaking ball just missed upstairs, breaking a little bit too late. As the count 2 balls and a strike, the 2-1 pitch to Christian Pregent is fouled off, and the count has even 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Driscoll just has thrown 8 innings this season, but has given up 14 runs and just a victim of being unlucky at times on the mound. As you know, again, just as I mentioned, looking to bounce back from what has been a rough start to this season, but hey, no time like the present.
2-2 pitch bounces in for a ball, and the count fills up on Christian Pregent. The count is 3-2 on the incoming Stetson Hatter. The Suns lineup, starting with Pregent, looks like this. It's Pregent, Bell, Fernari, McNamara, Townsend, Wallace, Alonso, Dixon, and Burke to face Justin Driscoll. The 3-2 delivery is a high fly ball deep into right center field. Pregent put a charge into that one, but ranging over is the right fielder in Ethan Brandt. He's there to make the play, and that's the difference between this ballpark and that at Lake Minneola. That may have left the yard at Lake Minneola High School. Instead, it stays in for a routine flyout, and there's one away for Robert Bell.
Yeah, and you hit the nail right on the head. I was thinking the exact same thing as Brandt made the catch. DeLand with 10 homers over their past 2 games at Lake Minneola High School, and some of those were no-doubters. Others would probably be flyouts here at Melching Field as the first pitch misses outside. But yeah, Justin Driscoll, as I mentioned, coming in and came in the bottom of the 3rd inning, induced a double play immediately. Now gets a good start here to the bottom of the 4th.
1-0 pitch in there for a strike, and it's aces wild on Robert Bell. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Out of the zone, 2 balls and a strike on Bell as the 2-1 delivery from Driscoll high and outside, and the count on Bell, who's wearing number 10 for the Suns today, moves to 3 balls and a strike.
I believe Bell was wearing number 7 during the first game here. He's been all over the place with the numbers. 3-1
pitch in there for a strike on the inside corner. Bell thought he had drawn ball 4, but he'll stay at the plate as the count is full on Robert Bell, 3-2. Gazing in is the right-hander as Justin Driscoll, the 3-2 pitch to Bell, fouls it straight back to the screen. We'll do it again as the count is full on Robert Bell, 3-2.
A good battle here between Driscoll and Bell, and again, Bell came in as a pinch hitter, drew a walk in the game last night. So looking to get on base here yet again.
Fouled off by Bell, and we'll do another one. Count remaining full on the 9-hole, hitting DH, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Set from the stretch, the 3-2 delivery. Bell hits another high fly ball, this one into left center field, but the center fielder will track it. That is Edgar Cruz. He's there to make the play. Back-to-back flyouts here in the 4th inning. And there's 2 gone in the 4th for the shortstop, Hunter Fornari. Fornari reached twice before this game went into delay. He walked and scored in the 1st, reached on an error and stole a base in the 2nd, as there's 2 gone here in the bottom of the 4th inning with the Suns leading the squeeze 3-0. First pitch of the at-bat misses low and outside for a ball, and Fornari starts ahead in the count 1-0.
Just to give you an idea of how drastically things can change in a 3-week span, as the 1-0 is
a line drive back up the middle, a base hit just past the dive of the second baseman Anthony Dorak. Hunter Fornari reaches for the third time in this game, comes up with his first hit, and there's a runner on first and 2 away for Joe McNamara.
And Fornari was 1 for 5 last night, and again, just coming through again with a big hit. But, you know, as I was about to say, just to give you an idea of how drastically things can change in a 3-week period, Winter Park still in first place, nothing too crazy. They were 4-1. DeLand was in second at 5-3, but Winter Garden was 3-3 at the start of this game. But, you know, again, 1-12 since then.
First pitch outside to Joe McNamara for a ball, 1-0.
Actually, I believe it's 1-13 as Winter Garden coming in with a 4-16 record. But again, already coming from behind here, see how Winter Garden is able to fight back if they are able to.
Pitch in there for a strike to McNamara, count even at 1-1. Set from the stretch, the 1-1 deal, runner will go. Pitch is low for a ball, the throw down not in time. Hunter Fornari gets his second stolen base of the game. McNamara has the count 2-1, and Fornari stands on second now with 2 outs, and a chance for McNamara to drive in a fourth DeLand run.
It's already stolen base number 3 in this game for the Suns.
2 balls and a strike, the 2-1 delivery outside for a ball. And that's ball 4, we should say, to McNamara, and he will trot on down to first. The Suns have runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the fourth to bring up the hot-hitting left fielder Mark Townsend. Hit 3 home runs on Monday. He already has a 2-run single in this game.
And not the guy you want to face here with 2 runners on and 2 outs. Again, the switch hitter will bat from the left side. See how Driscoll approaches it here, 2 gone.
From the stretch, the first delivery, big swing and a miss on a breaking ball, that time from the right-hander. In Justin Driscoll gets ahead of Mark Townsend, no balls and a strike, with runners on first and second, 2 gone here in the bottom of the 4th inning. From the stretch and dancing, the 0-1 delivery. Townsend hits a sky-high pop-up into shallow left center field. 3 squeeze converge on it. The left fielder will make the play. That's Bobby Head. And 3 flyouts worked by Driscoll this inning ends the frame. We go to the top of the 5th inning here from Melching Field. Your score, it's the Suns 3, the Squeeze nothing, as you're watching Florida League Baseball on YouTube Live. Top of the 5th inning is Edgar Cruz will step in for the Winter Garden Squeeze. The Suns leading 3-0. They scored all 3 of these runs before the resumption of the game in the first inning. As the Stetson lefty, Nick Cesare will come set at the belt, deal his first pitch. He misses inside with a ball. And the count on the 9-hole hitter, the center fielder Edgar Cruz, is 1-0.
Yeah, Cruz saw his 6-game hitting streak come to an end last night. Looking to get back on track here in the game today.
Cesare, the lefty's next pitch, cuts across the plate, misses inside again, and the count 2 balls and no strikes on the 9-hole hitter in Cruz.
Although I suppose even if he did extend the hitting streak, this game wouldn't really do much for it, as technically this game started back June 11th.
The 2-0 delivery fouled off down the right side. It'll head into the parking lot here at Melching Field, and the count 2 balls and a strike on the center fielder and Edgar Cruz. It's Cruz, Sheffield, and Dorak here in the 5th inning for the Winter Garden Squeeze as the Suns hold a 3-0 lead. Cesare, the second-year Sun, deals the 2-1 pitch. It's a bouncing ball again. Cesare's gotten 3 grounders. That one is bobbled by Joe McNamara, but he's able to collect it in time and throw out Edgar Cruz for the first out of the frame. 1 gone here in the 5th inning for Dalton Sheffield, as since coming into the game, Cesare got a bouncing ball that got through for a single, then a double play ball and a ground out for his first 2 outs of the inning, as Sheffield will step in 0-for-1 with a hit by pitch.
Yeah, Sheffield, the all-star selection out of Texas State, having himself a great start to the season, improved his batting average. He's batting in the 380s at 382 this season with a 444 on-base percentage.
First pitch of the at-bat from Cesare is a high pop fly that's going to get up and out of play, as the count will start 0 balls and a strike on Dalton Sheffield.
And Sheffield is second in the Florida League in average. He's also top 10 in steals, 11th in OPS. So definitely an on-base machine for Winter Garden Squeeze.
Cesare tries to paint the outside corner, can't quite find it on that one, and aces are wild on Dalton Sheffield. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
And this will be an interesting matchup here. Cesare, a guy that's had success in the Florida League, against Sheffield, a guy that he's never faced before, and vice versa.
1-1 pitch, high and outside. Cesare dialed with the fastball that time, couldn't find the zone, and the count on Dalton Sheffield runs to 2 balls and a strike. Cesare holds the ball near the brim of his cap, then comes set at the belt. The 2-1 delivery from Cesare upstairs for a ball. Cesare trying to avoid his first walk of the season as he's behind Dalton Sheffield, 3 balls and a strike. Cesare, the right-hander, will gaze in, a nod of his head, and ready to go. He's set from the belt and deals the 3-1 pitch. It is another ground ball. This one, tough play to be made at third. Throw across the diamond is offline, but Joe Burke able to make the swipe tag as he comes off the bag and applies the tag to Sheffield. 3 straight ground outs induced by Nick Cesare, and there's 2 gone in the 5th inning to bring up Anthony Dorak, who hits in Marcus Judd's spot in the order.
Yeah, not an easy play, as you mentioned, for Wallace to make charging in. And as I mentioned, Sheffield, the speedy shortstop, 8 steals on the season. Definitely not an easy out. Wasn't the best throw, but Burke did a good job to recover and get the swipe tag for the out.
So Cesare will work from the stretch. And the lefty's first pitch is upstairs for a ball. Count 1 ball, no strikes on Anthony Dorak.
And Dorak returning back to the lineup. He's been banged up here over the past few days. Pulled muscle in the leg area.
1-0 pitch in there for a strike. Twisting out of the way was Dorak, but it caught the inside corner, and the count is even 1-1.
And Dorak coming in, he's batting 200 on this season, but does have a home run to his name as he belted one at his home high school at Lake Minneola.
1-1 pitch bounces in the dirt for a ball from Cesare, and the count moves to 2-1.
And the home run there by Dorak. Talked to him before the season, said he only hit 1 home run in his Lake Minneola high school career, and that was senior night. It's a pretty good way to go out.
2-1 pitch from Cesare. Comes high and inside with that one, and in danger of letting Dorak get aboard as the count is 3-1 with a 3-hole hitting Bobby Head standing in the on-deck circle, as action may start soon in the Suns bullpen, as Cesare, throwing his first game in a number of months, could be on a more limited pitch count. 3-1 is thigh high for a strike. to Anthony Dorak, and Cesare will look for a 1-2-3 inning here in inning number 5 as he has the count full on Dorak, 3-2. Cesare comes set from the belt, deals the 3-2 pitch. It's, guess what? Ground ball. Collected by Garrett Wallace. Throw to first base is again offline, but Burke makes the swipe tag. 3 ground outs by Nick Cesare. He's retired 4 in a row as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning with your score. It's the DeLand Suns 3, the Winter Garden Squeeze, nothing. Middle of the order for the Suns here in the bottom of the 5th inning as Wallace, Alonso, and Dixon will step into the box to face Justin Driscoll. First pitch comes inside, nearly hits Garrett Wallace as the count starts 1 ball and no strikes on the USC Upstate Spartan. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 delivery is in there on the outside corner for a strike to Wallace. Count runs even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count, and the 1-1 delivery is a fly ball high down the right field side. It's going to get up and out of play, and Wallace finds himself down in the count, 1-2.
And so far, these two teams are in some ways picking up right where they left off last night, as again, the game started off hot, and then both bats went cold.
1-2 pitch outside for a ball to Garrett Wallace, and the count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And Bryant Petrie for the squeeze, 4 hitless innings in relief, 4 strikeouts, and Brandon Castle on the other side, a 4-inning save, only allowing 2 hits.
2-2 laced down the left field side, but it's going to carry him back into fair territory after hitting the cement near the Suns' dugout, as the count will remain even on Garrett Wallace, who's 1 for 2 today. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 5th inning, Suns leading the squeeze by a score of 3-0, as another newly signed Stetson Hatter is warming up the pen for the Suns, as Garrett Wallace is caught looking at that delivery. A strikeout by Justin Driscoll, his first of the game, the first for the squeeze in this game. And there's 1 away for Alan Alonso, as the Stetson Hatter Austin Wood is warming up in the pen to relieve Nick Cesare. An inning and 2/3, just getting Cesare warmed up to throw some more innings as the season goes along. Alonso takes a pitch high and inside for a ball. Count on Alan Alonso is 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch to Alonso comes inside for a ball, and the count now 2-0.
Driscoll stepping off, readjusting here after 2 straight balls. And after the strikeout, don't want to lose Alonso for a 1-out walk.
Next pitch is a ball drilled into left field, but nearly right at the left fielder in Cruz. Cruz and Head switch positions there in before the inning, moving Cruz to left and Head to center. Cruz pulls that one in for the second out, and it brings up the center fielder in Tim Dixon.
Yeah, the game started off with Edgar Cruz in left field originally, but again, the fourth inning of his Head playing left, Cruz in center, and then Coach Abbott making the switch there, sticking Cruz back at his original position.
First pitch high and outside for a ball to Tim Dixon. Starts the count 1 ball and no strikes. On the center fielder, he's 0 for 1 in this game. A sac fly in the first inning and a fly out to center in the third. The sac fly bringing in the third DeLand run. The 1-0 pitch is a chopper foul down the third base side. Count on Tim Dixon, even 1 ball and 1 strike.
And for Bobby Head, this is his first game in center field this season. And again, typically an infielder he's pretty much started every infield position for Austin Peay over his so far 2-year career there.
1-1 pitch fouled off again by Tim Dixon, and a chance for a 1-2-3 inning here for Justin Driscoll in the fifth. With 2 gone in the fifth inning, bases empty, and a 1-2 count on Tim Dixon.
And again, a lot of newness for Winter Garden this season in terms of positions. Bryce Jackson has been playing a lot of right field, a position he's never played before entering this season, but he's done a pretty decent job out there.
1-2 pitch, bouncing ball back up the middle, a base hit as Tim Dixon has himself a single here in the fifth inning. Suns have a hit in every inning of this game except the second when they put 2 guys on an error and a walk. 5th overall hit for the Suns. They've got a runner on first and 2 gone for one of the guys that will hit in the home run derby for the DeLand Suns in Joe Burke. Burke will also play in the All-Star game.
A good piece of hitting there by Dixon, just taking that one up the middle. Dixon, give him his first hit. He already has an RBI via the sac fly.
Pitch bounces in for a ball to Joe Burke. 1 ball and no strikes on the DeLand first baseman. The count on the Kentucky Wesleyan Panther and Joe Burke, as the 1-0 delivery is in there for a strike, and the count on Burke has evened up. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pickoff throw to first, not in time to get the returning Dixon. Suns leading 3-0, have a runner on first, 2 away. Runner will break, but Dixon will have to head back to first base as Burke fouled it off and finds himself once again down in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And again, a hit and run effort there. So again, the Suns have 3 stolen bases in this game, 1 today, as Hunter Fernari had stolen base in the 4th inning. Not a bad look there on a 1-1 count. See what happens here on a 1-2 count with 2 gone.
The 1-2 delivery is a breaking ball outside, and the count on Joe Burke has gone to deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Driscoll throwing a lot of pitches this inning for the squeeze as the Suns working long at bats. The 2-2 pitch to Joe Burke is swung on and missed. Driscoll looked like he slipped on the delivery, but Burke chased the high pitch anyway, and 2 strikeouts here in the 5th brings the inning to a conclusion as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Austin Wood will likely take the mound for the Suns. Here he goes, and the Suns lead it 3-0. Austin Wood will step on the mound for the DeLand Suns, making his team debut in his second season with the ball club. He spent just one night with DeLand last year before he went up and pitched in the Cape Cod League. And the first pitch he gets, well, it looks like Chazeri out there, a ground ball. Taken over by the first baseman, Joe Burke. One pitch, one out for the Stetson Hatter, Austin Wood, for Wesley Faison.
And again, quick start to the inning as Bobby Head will make his first appearance, checking in for Justin Holmes, and immediately grounds out to the first baseman. So, again, Suns pitching staff inducing a lot of contact, but unfortunately for the Squeeze, not a lot of good results.
1 ball, no strikes on Wesley Faison. Last year, Wood threw 3 1/3 innings, allowed 4 runs, 2 earned, 1 hit, 6 strikeouts, 4 walks when he faced the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. For the first time in this resumption game, Winter Park gets the ball in the air, but it's right at Alan Alonso in right field, and Austin Wood has been efficient thus far for the Suns. 3 pitches, 2 outs here in the 6th inning to bring up the right fielder in Ethan Brandt.
And Brandt coming in, he's 0 for 1 here today. Not having the best start to this season, but, again, he's starting to make some contact at the plate. He's had a lot of strikeouts this season, but, again, if he can just start making contact, if he can start putting together good battles at the plate, I think it's going to be good for the long run, as the first pitch to Brandt is on the inside corner, strike 1. Again, Austin Wood, the righty, making his team debut on the season. He'll face the righty Brandt, looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning, as that one is fouled off.
Austin Wood on the mound for the DeLand Suns, a member of this Stetson Hatter ball club, was a useful member of the pitching staff for the team that went to the Super Regionals in 2018. As the count, no balls and 2 strikes, Wood looking for a 1-2-3 6th for the Suns. It'll be Pregent, Bell, and Fornari in the bottom of the 6th inning for DeLand. Wood nods his head, ready to go. The 0-2 pitch is another ground ball. Over to second, collected to first for McNamara to Burke. Ends the inning. The Stetson duo of Chazeri and Wood have been excellent thus far. They've retired 7 of the 8 and 7 straight. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning with your score. The Suns still lead 3-0. Christian Pregent will step in the batter's box for the DeLand Suns. Bottom of the 6th inning in the suspended game. Suns scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 1st inning. The game was suspended in the top of the 4th. No one has scored this afternoon as the pitch to Christian Pregent high and inside for a ball. It's 1-0 on the 8-hole hitter in the Suns order, who is 0 for 2 in this game. The 1-0 delivery again, high and inside from Driscoll, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. The day ends for Nick Cesare. He pitched well for his first time throwing in a number of months. He went an inning and 2/3 as the 2-0 to Pregent is outside again. It's 3-0. Final line for Nick Cesare in this game. An inning and 2/3. Pitched into Pregent in there for a strike. 1 hit, no runs, none earned, no walks, no strikeouts. He faced 5 and retired 5. He did give up a single to Bryce Jackson, but that was then eliminated on an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play. 3 balls, 1 strike to count to Pregent as the 3-1 delivery is a slow-rolling chopper down the third base line. That ball is going to roll foul. Smart play there by Danny Fox to let that ball roll. He was about to try to make a barehanded play on it, which he wouldn't have been able to make in all likelihood, but he let it keep rolling, and it twisted its way foul as the count will fill on Pregent.
And that one was a swinging bunt there, and Fox looked like for all the world he was going to pick it up and fire it to first to attempt to get the speedy Pregent, but again, smart decision there as that one just trickled foul.
Full count on Pregent. Back-to-back pitches have been in the zone to get it from 3-0 to 3-2, and the 3-2 is a slow roller on the left side. Barehanded by the pitcher, throw to first base in time. Nice play by Justin Driscoll coming off the mound. He barehands it, throws out Pregent, and there's 1 gone in the 6th inning for Robert Bell.
Yeah, and Driscoll was able to field that one cleanly with a bare hand, and again, made a solid throw over to Faison. Didn't rush it, knew he had a bit of time. Made a solid throw over there to the first baseman for the first out.
So to bring up the 9-hole hitter, Robert Bell. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts today in left and center. Driscoll has been excellent out of the bullpen for the Squeeze, keeping the Suns at bay, but that one is hit high and deep to right field, ranging back and at the warning track. The catch is made in right by Ethan Brandt. That's another ball that is a home run the last 2 nights, but it stays in the yard here in DeLand at Melching Field, as there's now 2 gone for Hunter Fornari.
Yeah, unfortunate there, as that one was absolutely crushed by Bell. He got that one. He got most of that one, but didn't get enough to get it over the right field wall. Ethan Brandt looked like he was going to misplay that one, change directions many times, but still able to make the grab for the second out.
2 gone in the inning for Hunter Fornari, as Fornari will hit a blooper into right center field. 3 Squeeze converging on it, and it's yet again the right fielder Brandt who's there to make the play. The Suns are hitting the ball in the air quite a bit. May not have really adjusted their swings yet from the short porches at Lake Minneola. 9 outs since the resumption, 6 flyouts. We go to the top of the 7th inning here from Melching Field. It's still, as it has been all day, 3-0 Suns. After an efficient sixth inning, Austin Wood back on the mound for the DeLand Suns. They've retired 7 straight since Chisari allowed a single to the first batter of the day in Bryce Jackson. Austin Wood, the big right-hander's first pitch. He has that one fouled off by Danny Fox. No balls and a strike as Wood pumped that one to 86 miles an hour. Fox 0 for 1 today with a ground out and a walk.
Yeah, Fox, this is going to be his 13th game played on this season. His 9th start. Not having a great start to the season, but has had some solid plays defensively at third.
0-1 pitch. Bounces in low and outside for a ball from Wood. Count on Danny Fox, even 1 ball and 1 strike. We've motored into the top of the 7th inning. The Suns leading the Winter Garden Squeeze 3-0. As the 1-1 delivery from Austin Wood is a chopper yet again. This time backhanded by the shortstop. Long throw across the diamond. What a play by Hunter Fornari. Fornari deep in the hole, going against his momentum. Throws a strike to Joe Burke. A good stretch from Burke. And there's 1 gone in the 7th on an outstanding play from Austin Wood. Hunter Fornari backing up. Wood there for the first out of the inning.
And that one was just out of the reach of the third baseman, Wallace. Thought that was going to split Wallace and Fornari for a second, but Fornari, a solid play there. The backhanded play, the off-balance throw, and it was right on the money and was just in time to retire Fox.
Fornari was getting some encouragement from the bullpen mafia as the first pitch misses low and outside for a ball, who by some security failure at this ballpark had 2 kiddie pools full of ice water and multiple water firearms in the bullpen before the game started. The 1-0 pitch, big swing and a miss, 1-1. I know because they shot me with one of them.
And yet you're up here broadcasting a game. It's a trooper right there.
And as usual, they have their tent. It's probably, if it's 109 on the field, it's probably 104 underneath the tent. You get a little extra shade, but I don't think that's keeping much of the heat away from you. As Woods 1-1 pitch, low and inside for a ball on Bryce Jackson. It's 2-1.
And again, just summer conditions here in Florida. And again, I would imagine if you play college here in Florida, probably more accustomed to it than others. But, you know, again, this has been a quick-moving game, and I think that's partially because of the heat.
2-1 catches the outside corner on Jackson for a strike, 2-2.
Of course, anytime the terms quick-moving game is mentioned, everyone searches for a piece of wood nearby to knock.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the 2-2 from Wood. Misses low and outside to Bryce Jackson. It's 3-2 as the Suns look to retire their 9th consecutive Winter Garden hitter. The last guy to reach was Bryce Jackson. He singled off of Chisari. The 3-2 pitch coming from Austin Wood. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Wood went below the knees of Bryce Jackson, got him to chase the ball out of the zone. Austin Wood gets his first strikeout in the 2019 season as a Sun, and there's 2 gone in the 7th inning for the catcher, Cale Jones. Suns have a couple of guys available in the bullpen to follow Wood, but Wood has been very, very efficient. He's thrown 15 pitches to 5 batters. That's something that could get him all the way if the Suns want. Breaking ball comes high and tight at 81 miles an hour. One ball, no strikes on Cale Jones, who walked in the 2nd and then hit into an inning-ending 6-4 double play in the 4th. Fastball misses low for a ball at 88 miles an hour from Wood, and it's 2 balls, no strikes on Cale Jones.
Jones drew a walk all the way back in the 2nd inning. That was 3 weeks ago, and 0 for 1 here today.
The 2-0 delivery from Wood. Back at him, and Wood will glove it, take it halfway to the bag, and flip it in time. 2 innings in just 18 pitches for Austin Wood. He gets another ground ball to retire Cale Jones, and the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Stretch time here in DeLand with the Suns leading 3-0. Bottom half of inning number 7, Justin Driscoll back on the mound for the Winter Garden Squeeze. He'll face 2, 3, and 4, McNamara, Townsend, and Wallace. As McNamara shoots one into right center field, that ball will drop over the dive of Head in center field. McNamara will dig around second. He will head towards third. The throw to third is not in time. It's a sliding triple for Joe McNamara. McNamara in this game on base 4 times now with a double, 2 walks, and now a leadoff triple here in the 7th inning. And there's a runner on third with nobody out and a chance to add to what has been a phenomenal week for Mark Townsend.
Yeah, and again, that was a pretty solid hit ball there to right center, just past the outstretched glove of Bobby Head. And again, Ethan Brandt struggled there to back him up, so it's going to lead to a triple as a throw by Dorak was not in time.
Twice now, Driscoll has slipped coming off the mound. Neither time has he thrown a strike actually in the zone. Burke did chase the first time it happened to him. It almost looks like that's his release, just sees him kind of wobbling off the mound as the count on Townsend is 1-1.
And again, sometimes it looks natural. There are other times it doesn't as Driscoll goes back to the windup here on this pitch.
Have to say, with the 1-1 pitch coming, it swung on and missed 1-2. I'm surprised the Squeeze are not playing the infield in here in a 3-run ball game with nobody out. Surprised that you're bringing the middle infielders back.
Yeah, Fox is playing a little bit back at the third base bag, same as Faison.
Bounces in for a ball. It's 2-2.
And again, 3-run game, bottom of the 7th inning, and again for the Squeeze, they're down to their final 6 outs. I mean, you're right. This would be a situation where you would bring the infield in, especially with nobody out.
2-2 pitch in the dirt for a ball. Good stop behind the plate by Jones. And the count is full on Mark Townsend. 3 balls and 2 strikes as Garrett Wallace stands in the on-deck circle. Winter Garden pitching has surrendered 5 walks in this game. As the 3-2 delivery, high and outside, ball 4. Make it 6 walks surrendered by Winter Garden as there's runners to the corners and nobody out for Garrett Wallace. Now you can put the 2 middle infielders back because you would perfectly be happy getting 2 outs in the inning. I think that you're even going to put the third baseman back to try to turn it with him as well.
And again, I'm not surprised that Townsend didn't really see much to hit there on a 3-2 count with first base open, especially after the tear he's been on as of late.
First pitch, upstairs and inside a little bit for a ball to Garrett Wallace, 1-0. Wallace 1 for 3 with a ground out, a single, and a strikeout to his name in the first, third, and fifth innings. Townsend gets his lead off of first. Would love to take the double play out of commission as the Squeeze are cognizant of that as the throw over to first base not in time to get the returning Garrett Wallace.
Wallace had a big lead there on the 0-0 pitch, so Driscoll just keeping tabs on him.
The 1-0, high and tight for a ball, and the count on Garrett Wallace is 2 balls and no strikes.
And nobody getting loose in the Squeeze bullpen. So for now, it is all Driscoll.
They've got 7 more innings to deal with later on as the 2-0 is high and tight for a ball, 3-0. And now you're going to see some action in the bullpen as the bullpen catcher is going to trot down there to get somebody loose. Trying to avoid loading the bases with nobody out for Alan Alonso. Pickoff throw to first is not going to be in time. Taking a couple steps down the line at third was McNamara, but once the ball was gloved, he was going nowhere.
And again, Driscoll is a good pickoff move. He has picked off 1 base runner this season.
3-0, low and outside, ball 4. And a triple and back-to-back walks have loaded the bases here in the bottom of the 7th inning with nobody out for the right fielder Alan Alonso, and a chance for the Suns to break this one wide open here in inning number 7. And that's going to draw a visit from Terry Abbott to try to calm down Justin Driscoll, who had really been phenomenal. 4 innings dating back before the stoppage. 3 hits allowed with a couple of strikeouts, but he's allowed his 3rd hit and his 2nd and 3rd walk here in the 7th inning to allow the Suns to load the bases with nobody out.
And again, just struggling to find the strike zone right now after, obviously with those back-to-back walks, but, Coach Abbott out there to just settle them down, tell them, okay, know where to put them now, just got to attack the strike zone, trust the defense, and if you're the Squeeze, you're hoping you can get out of this with, at the best, no runs scored. But I mean, that's, close to impossible. So, you'll take just the 1 run scoring, especially if it comes at the cost of 2 outs.
So the meeting from Abbott comes to an end. It will be Alan Alonso. With the bases loaded and nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning, a chance for the Suns to extend this 3-0 lead that they haven't touched since the bottom of the 1st inning. First pitch, low and outside again, 1 ball and no strikes, as action is going to start in the bullpen for the Winter Garden Squeeze.
And Driscoll just losing command of that breaking ball right now.
The 1-0 pitch is a fly ball into deep center field. Center fielder is going to race back. That ball will be caught on the warning track. An excellent play in center by Head, but it's going to be a sacrifice fly from Alan Alonso. Joe McNamara will trot home easily. The Sun lead is 4-0 as Alonso drives in a run on the sac fly. Townsend and Wallace do not move. First and second, 1 out for Tim Dixon, 4-0 Suns.
Yeah, again, that was a deep fly, straightaway center. I think most ballparks here in the Florida League, that's a home run, but here it's just a loud fly out. Good play by Bobby Head on the run to make the grab. So now first and second here with 1 gone.
First pitch fouled off by Dixon. No balls and a strike.
Again, kind of surprised that Townsend did not tag at second with Bobby Head going back. Did not camp underneath it. Had the momentum going toward the wall.
Turning back towards the second base bag is Driscoll, and he'll chase Townsend back. One pitch won't come yet. Driscoll is officially at 67 pitches, but he's thrown less than that because that also accounts for what he did in the 3rd inning before this game restarted. 0-1 delivery to Dixon, upstairs for a ball. Count even on the center fielder, who's 1 for 2 today, is a ball and a strike. Bouncing ball to third, taken to the bag himself, throw across the diamond, is off the bag. So we'll score that a 5 unassisted fielder's choice. Townsend put out for out number 2, Wallace ahead to second, Dixon aboard on the fielder's choice to bring up Joe Burke. Burke 0 for 3 today, fly out, line out, strikeout. Suns lead it 4-0 after the sac fly from Alonso. Pitch is in there for a strike to Joe Burke. Count starts 0-1. Eighth inning for Winter Garden. Cruz, Sheffield, and Dorak to hit against, more than likely, Austin Wood, as the 0-1 delivery is clubbed foul by Joe Burke down the left side, and the count moves to 0-2.
Again, if you're Driscoll, you're just thinking to yourself, I'm 1 strike away from getting out of this, keeping the team in the game. Of course, final 6 outs. Squeeze have made a couple of comeback efforts in the past 2 games. So you never know if and when the Winter Garden offense can come alive.
0-2 pitch, low and outside to Joe Burke. Stays alive in the count with it 1-2.
Good 0-2 there by Driscoll. Made him think about it at the plate. That was a really good take there by Burke. And see where Driscoll goes to now with the count 1-2.
Driscoll comes set near the letters on his jersey. His 1-2 pitch is fouled off down the left side by Joe Burke. Rick Hall unable to take it on the bounce as it trickles towards the bullpen. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes on DeLand's 7-hole hitter in Joe Burke.
And Driscoll trying to go outside again to Burke. Burke able to fight that one off. Staying alive here.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Burke, the 1-2. Bounces in for a ball outside, and the count is 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, two outs, two on, the 2-2. High and tight to Joe Burke, and the count fills on him 3-2. So Wallace and Dixon will be moving with the pitch as a payoff delivery comes from Driscoll to Burke here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Again, tried to get him high and inside after working him away with the past few pitches, but it was a little bit too far inside, nearly hit him.
Full count pitch coming. The Suns runners get their leads. The 3-2, high and inside, ball 4. And for the second time this inning, the Suns have the bases loaded. This time it's with 2 outs. And the 0-for-3 Christian Pregent coming to the plate. No movement from the dugout, so it will be Driscoll's to face Christian Pregent.
Yeah, 4th walk issued by Driscoll, 3rd in the inning, and again, walks will come back to bite you. Again, that play at 3rd by Fox, if that throw would have been on the line, would have been out of the inning. Let's see how he responds here.
Bouncing ball is going to get away from the third baseman, Danny Fox. Everybody will be safe. Score that in E5. Off the bat of Christian Pregent, Garrett Wallace comes in to score, and the Suns lead it 5-0 here in the 7th, as that'll bring up Robert Bell as a ground ball just ate up Danny Fox at 3rd, waited on the bounce, and it just went up his arm, and the bases remain loaded for the Suns.
And again, and you look at Bell his last time up too, had a deep fly that was caught by Brandt. Hit it solid off Driscoll. See what he does here.
That one low and inside. Bell in this game has sprayed it around to the outfield. He's flown out to left, flown out to center, and flown out to right in that order. The 1-0 pitch to Bell. He pops that one up and out of play. Count runs even in the 9-hole, hitting DH, the 8th hitter of the inning for the Suns. Add a ball and a strike as DeLand has opened up a 5-0 lead here in the 7th inning. The 1-1 pitch from the right-hander. Misses outside for a ball, and Bell takes the advantage in the count. 2 balls and a strike. Into the motion, the 2-1 pitch. Outside again, and Bell is 1 ball away from drawing a bases loaded walk to get the Suns run number 6. And it's worth noting, bring the game-ending run to the plate in the person of Hunter Fornari. The 3-1 pitch to Robert Bell is outside, ball 4. A bases-loaded walk drawn by Robert Bell. The Suns have just 1 hit this inning. It was the McNamara triple, but they've pushed 3 runs across and have the bases still loaded with 2 outs. And that's going to be the end of the day for Justin Driscoll. An admirable performance, keeping Winter Garden in this game as long as he could, but he gives up a 3 spot here in the 7th. He's still in the run column, responsible for everybody on the base, not responsible in the earned run because of the error. New pitcher from Winter Garden right after this. Suns lead it 6-0. Chad Wallen is the new pitcher for the Winter Garden Squeeze. He'll face Hunter Fornari, and he gasses up a fastball. The first pitch gets a swing and a miss from Fornari. The ninth hitter of the inning. It's 0-1.
And Wallen from Southern Union pitched in the series opener against DeLand. Only lasted a third of an inning. 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He did strike out the batter for the only out. He retired.
Fornari hits a fly ball into right. Tracking it is Brandt. He's there to make the play. And the inning is over, but the Suns get some insurance. They hang 3 on the board here in the 7th. We go to the 8th inning. From DeLand with your score, it's the DeLand Suns 6, Winter Garden Squeeze, nothing. Bouncing ball to the right side of the infield. Joe McNamara collects it. His throw on to first is in time to get Edgar Cruz. As one gone here in the 8th inning for Dalton Sheffield. And I got to say, it's not a jinx because the hit's on the board, but if Austin Wood retires these last 5 hitters, I think he, Nate Palmer, and Ethan Richards have every right to throw Nick Cesare in the river because he's the one that's allowed the 1 hit. And I'm sure Wood and the other Stetson guys will let Cesare hear about it. Wood's first pitch is in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. That was the single by Bryce Jackson that led off the continuation. That is the 1 hit for the Squeeze. And the Squeeze have not put a runner on since that. The Suns have retired 11 straight. The 1-0. Fouled off down the right side, and the count aces wild on Dalton Sheffield. The ball is striking it out.
In Cesare's defense, I mean, first time pitching after a few months, bound to have some rust on you, and that rust was gone after seemingly 1 batter.
Got a double play ball, and then got 3 straight ground outs before turning it over to Wood, who's retired 7 straight. The 1-1 pitch from Austin Wood. Tries to paint the inside corner on a breaking ball, can't do it. And Dalton Sheffield is ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. Suns lead at 6-0 after hanging a 3 spot in the 7th. The 2-1 delivery, and there goes that hitless streak we were talking about as Dalton Sheffield singles up the middle. Singles it into center, and there's a runner on first with one away for Anthony Dorak as Winter Garden tries to inch their way back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, right on cue, Ryan, as, again, Sheffield reaches base for the second time. He's now hit safely in the last 6 games. Well, last 6 days, I should say. He's recorded a hit in each game against the Suns here in the past few days, and again, has been a thorn in their side. 6 hits now over the past 3 days for Sheffield, and that's going to be a balk.
They'll call a balk on Wood to move Sheffield into scoring position. First runner that's been in scoring position since Danny Fox in the 4th, who walked and moved up on a single. Winter Garden with a chance to break the ice here in inning number 8, trailing 6-0, but looking to avoid a shutout tonight at the hands of the Suns, as action is up in the DeLand bullpen. Woods' pitch is upstairs for a ball. It's 1-0 on Anthony Dorak.
And Sheffield to start this season was on a 6-game hitting streak. I guess if you look at the records now, technically a 7-game hitting streak to start the season.
The 1-0 delivery. Wood paints the inside corner for a strike and has the count even on Anthony Dorak. Aces wild. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Aces wild as Wood will check the runner at second. And Sheffield gets a monster lead. I'm surprised he didn't take off there as the pitch is inside for a ball. It's 2-1 on Anthony Dorak.
I think Sheffield's still sizing up Wood. I think on a 2-1 count, he might try to take third on this pitch.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Wood paying attention to the runner. Couple of glances back. Sheffield dances off in the 2-1 pitch. Wood can't paint the outside corner, and the count on Anthony Dorak moves to 3-1.
And again, down 6 runs, you don't want to run yourself out of the inning and the rally, so to speak, after the single and the balk.
Checking the runner is Wood, his 3-1. Misses low and outside, and after retiring the first 7 he faced, back-to-back have reached for the Winter Garden squeeze. They've got first and second 1 out for the 3-hole hitter Bobby Head, and that may be it for Austin Wood. Good 2 1/3 innings in his first outing, as Hudson Widrig, it looks like, is going to come on for the DeLand Suns. Hudson Widrig is on the mound for the DeLand Suns. It is not a save situation for Widrig as his first pitch is at the knees for a strike. 0-1 on the left fielder Bobby Head. 2 on, 1 out. Here top of the 8th inning with the Suns leading by a score of 6-0. No balls and a strike from Widrig. Runner will break for third, and that ball is lined into right center field. That is down, and that is in the gap. Cutting it off and now letting it get past him is the center fielder in Dixon. It'll be an RBI double for Bobby Head, and Winter Garden is on the board here in the 8th inning. The double from Head, and the Suns' lead is down to 5. It's 6-1 with a runner on second and third, 1 out for Wesley Faison.
A good piece of hitting there by Bobby Head, taking that to the opposite field, right center field. Dropped perfectly in between Dixon and Alonso. And Head, once again, coming through in the clutch for the Squeeze. It's in game number 9 of the season. He picks up RBI number 4.
Second and third, 1 out in the inning. Right down Broadway, 82 miles an hour from Hudson Widrig. Gets ahead of Wesley Faison 0-1. As the Suns wasting little time, they get more action up in their bullpen in the person of the all-star closer, Alex Franzen. The 0-1 from Widrig. Tried to slap in the breaking ball, couldn't get it to find the zone. Count is aces wild on Faison. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 on, with the Suns leading the Squeeze 6-1. Suns looked for a daylight play there, but nothing doing as the 1-1 pitch right down Broadway again at 83 miles an hour from Widrig as he's ahead in the count on Faison. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And Faison looking for his first hit here today.
Reached on a catcher's interference back in the first inning, and then a pop out and a fly out to his name as well. He's 0 for 3. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Widrig. The 1-2 breaking ball is a sky-high pop-up. 2 Suns will converge on it. It's McNamara who calls everybody off and makes the play. Faison put down on the pop-out. There's 2 gone now in the 8th inning for the Winter Garden right fielder. 2 on, 2 out for Ethan Brandt.
And again, good pitch there by Widrig, getting Faison to get underneath that one with 2 strikes. That keeps both base runners right where they are. And see what Ethan Brandt could do here, looking to pick up his first hit of the game.
Second and third, 2 outs in the frame. Widrig will look in. First pitch of the at-bat, low and outside for a ball. Count on Ethan Brandt begins 1 ball and no strikes. Suns looking to keep a 5-run lead intact. Widrig comes set from the belt. That pitch low and outside for a ball, and the count is 2-0. Should Brandt reach, Danny Fox would come to the plate, and that would officially be a save situation for a reliever to come in. 6-1 Suns on top of the Winter Garden Squeeze. Top of the 8th inning from Melching Field as the Suns look to pick up their 19th win of the season. The 2-0 pitch inside for ball 3. Count on Ethan Brandt 3-0 with Danny Fox in the on-deck circle, and then Bryce Jackson representing the tying run for the Squeeze.
And if you're the Squeeze, you're wanting to get the bat in the hands of Bryce Jackson. He's 1 for 2 today. Has 2 home runs to his name this season.
The 3-0 from Widrig paints the outside corner to keep the at-bat alive on Ethan Brandt. 3 balls and a strike. Second and third, 2 outs and a 3-1 count from the Lincoln Memorial righty in Hudson Widrig. He deals the 3-1 curveball. It's skied into right center field. Ranging over to make the play is Tim Dixon, and the inning is over. Hudson Widrig avoids major damage as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Winter Garden gets one, but the Suns lead it 6-1. Same guy that led off the bottom of the 7th will lead off the bottom of the 8th for the DeLand Suns. It's Joe McNamara, Mark Townsend, and Garrett Wallace. 2, 3, 4 in the Suns' order in the bottom of the 8th inning, with DeLand leading 6-1. First pitch to McNamara, down Broadway for a strike, and the count 0-1 on the second baseman, Joe McNamara. No balls and a strike as the 0-1 delivery swung on and missed by the right-hander in McNamara from the right-hander in Wallen, count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Set from the stretch and the 0-2 delivery. High and tight, McNamara able to hold up on his swing. It's 1-2 as he looks to reach base for the 5th time in this game.
And 2 extra base hits, doubled in the first, 2 walks, and then tripled to lead off the bottom of the 7th inning.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Wallen set from the stretch. Ball at the belt, the 1-2. McNamara hits a hard ground ball to the shortstop. Shuffield collects it. His throw to first is in time. And for the first time in this game, Joe McNamara is retired. It's on a ground out. There's 1 gone in the bottom of the 8th inning for the DeLand left fielder and Mark Townsend.
And a good pitch there by Wallen, able to get McNamara to roll over on that one. It's a pretty solid hit ball, but Shuffield, a human vacuum over there at short, able to scoop that one up, make the solid throw over to face and in time.
From the stretch, the first delivery to the new hitter, and Townsend catches the inside corner for a strike. It's 0-1 on the DeLand left fielder, Townsend. A run scored, couple of runs batted in this game for the Suns, as the 0-1 delivery to the Stetson Hatter comes high and tight for a ball. Count evens at 1-1. Suns with a win would go to 19-7 on the season. Have a chance to win their 20th game in Game 2 tonight as the 1-1 pitch is high and tight for a ball. Townsend takes the advantage in the count, 2-1.
I've been impressed with Wallen's approach so far to these DeLand hitters since entering the ball game in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Francis Marion commit looking to finish strong here.
The 2-1 pitch, high and outside for a ball to Townsend, and the count works to 3-1 on the Stetson Hatter with Garrett Wallace, who's 1 for 3 as well, standing in the on-deck circle for DeLand. The 3-1 pitch to Mark Townsend, high and tight, ball 4. Townsend continues a nice week. He's on base for the 3rd time in this game. He draws a 1-out walk for the DeLand Suns, and it brings up the DeLand third baseman in Garrett Wallace. Wallace, a ground out in the 1st, a single in the 3rd. Since the resumption, he struck out looking in the 5th, walked and scored last inning. First pitch of the at-bat, low and outside for a ball. He came in to score on the air off the bat of Christian Pregen. 1 ball, no strikes on Garrett Wallace. Coming set from the stretch, the right-hander Wallen. Short lead off of first as the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed by the upstate Spartan. And a scissor wild to Wallace, a ball, a strike, and an out. "6-1 Suns. Bottom of the 8th inning of a continuation game here in DeLand. The right-hander in Wallen comes set. He'll instead throw over to first base. Close as the tag is applied, but not in time to get the returning Townsend. Set from the stretch. The 1-1 delivery swung on and missed by the cleanup hitting Wallace, and he finds himself down in the count, 1-2. Top of the 9th inning, Fox, Jackson, Jones to try to get Winter Garden back into this game and keep the Suns from picking up their 4th win in 5 tries against the Squeeze. The 1-2 pitch is on the way. It's upstairs for a ball on Garrett Wallace. Count has gone back even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Again, not a bad pitch there on 1-2. Made Wallace think about it at the plate, but Again, see where Wallen goes to now, 2-2. See if he tries to attack high or go low, trying to get the double play ball.
2-2 pitch is clubbed into left field, ranging a couple of steps to his left to make the play is Cruz. Wallace is put down on the flyout. Townsend will stay at first, and there's 2 gone in the 8th inning for the DeLand right fielder in Alan Alonso.
Alonso 0 for 2 today, a couple of walks, and a sac fly his last time up in the bottom of the 7th. That was a shot to deep center, but a good play by Bobby Head kept that just being a sac fly.
Pitch low and outside to Alonso, 1-0. Just one official AB today for Alan Alonso, and it was today. Walked in the 1st, walked in the 3rd. He flew out to left in the 5th and a sac fly in the 7th. Townsend stays on first with a 5-run lead for DeLand. He will bluff off the bag, and the 1-0 pitch misses outside to Alonso, 2-0. Suns have had a runner on in every inning other than the 6th, where they went down 1-2-3. Pair of 3 spots in the 1st and 7th have supplied the damage today. The 2-0 pitch won't come yet. A pickoff throw to first, not in time. From the stretch comes Wallen, holds the ball at his belt. No action in the Suns' pen as the 2-0 pitch in there on the inner half to Alan Alonso for a strike. It's 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike the count. And the 2-1 delivery. Alonso will foul it off into the seats here at Melching Field. Deuces wild on Alan Alonso. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As Wallen looks to work a scoreless 8th. Give his team a chance to rally in the top of the 9th inning, down 6-1. Suns on the verge of their 19th win of the season as the 2-2 pitch is just fouled off by Alan Alonso. Waved the bat at it and got a little piece of it to keep the at-bat alive. Aces, deuces wild on Alan Alonso, 2-2-2. All likelihood, no action in the pen. We're going to see Hudson Widrig back on the mound for the Suns to try to close it out. It's not a safe situation for him, but trying to lock down the win. 2-2 catches the outside corner, strike 3. Wallace punches Alan Alonso, and the inning is over. Went out walk to Townsend. Does no damage. Final chance for the squeeze coming up in the top of the 9th inning. Suns looking for another victory. They lead it 6-1. Hudson Widrig will try to nail down another win for the DeLand Suns. He gets off to a good start against Danny Fox by putting a pitch in the zone for a strike. He hits 0-1 on the Winter Garden third baseman, who's 0 for 2 today. A walk and a couple of groundouts both before and after the resumption. The 0-1 from Widrig. Nice curveball at 70 miles an hour from Hudson Widrig. Snaps into the zone. It's 0-2.
Again, Fox trying to be patient here to start off the at-bat, but Widrig snapping off back-to-back beautiful pitches and is ahead in the count now, 0-2.
The 0-2 pitch is a ground ball towards second. Joe McNamara has had a heck of a day. He continues to do so. He throws over to first base to get Danny Fox, and there's one gone in the top of the ninth inning for the designated hitter, Bryce Jackson, who has one of the 3 hits today for the Winter Garden Squeeze, and they've all been today. 2 singles and the Bobby Head double that drove in the lone run. We are going to get underway with Game 2 about 45 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Daniel Perrette, the All-Star Game starter, will go for the Suns as the first pitch is in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. He will look to continue being arguably the best pitcher in the Florida League. 1 ball, no strikes is your count. The 1-0 pitch from Widrig. Outside for a ball to Bryce Jackson. It's 2-0.
And I think you're right that Perrette definitely is the best pitcher right now in the Florida League. And, again, you look at Winter Park's excellent pitching staff. Perrette is having himself a great start to the season.
Breaking ball from Widrig catches the outside corner for a strike. 2-1 on Bryce Jackson.
Again, Winter Park with Swift and Tate Stone for Cena. And even DeLand here with Perrette and Palmer, guys that are fun to watch. Winter Park and DeLand will be a fun one to watch too.
2-1 is a sky-high fly ball that will get to the first blades of grass in left. Underneath it, the shortstop Hunter Fornari, and the Suns are an out away from picking up their 3rd consecutive win over the Squeeze. Actually, their 4th consecutive win over the Squeeze, dating back to the last series. Suns also coming off a sweep of the Seminole County Scorpions, a chance to win their 6th consecutive ball game tonight. First pitch of the at-bat from Widrig. Catches the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1 on Cale Jones, who is 0 for 2 with a walk, a double play ball, and a ground out that ended the day, the 7th inning, from Austin Wood. 0-1 pitch coming from the right-hander, and Widrig's 0-1 delivery is right down Broadway, and the Suns are a strike away. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch from Widrig. Got him swinging, strike 3. Change the number of the win column and play the victory song. The DeLand Suns win their 6th consecutive ball game as they take the continuation from the Winter Garden Squeeze by a final score of 6-1. The winning pitcher tonight looks like it'll be Nick Cesare picking up the win for Winter Garden. The loss goes to Rains. He gave up the runs in the first inning. The lead never got back, so Rains will take the loss. Suns win it 6-1. That'll do it for the first game of our doubleheader. We will be back sometime in the neighborhood of between 4:20 and 4:30 tonight for the second game of this doubleheader as the DeLand Suns and the Winter Garden Squeeze finish up a 4-game series. We'll talk to you again in about 45 minutes.